We've spent decades watching movies where characters are plugged straight into virtual worlds. That concept, a direct jack into the human mind, is no longer fiction. It is an active engineering project. We already have the real-world proof. Nolan Arbaugh, a patient who was paralyzed from the neck down, recently sat for a live stream and played a game of computer chess, controlling every move using nothing but his thoughts. This represents a shift in how we interact with technology. We are moving away from external tools like keyboards and controllers toward a future where the interface is a device planted directly inside the human skull. While the medical potential is undeniable, this physical fusion of human biology and digital data creates a significant tension. Placing a device inside the skull raises questions about what happens to our autonomy when our most private thoughts are processed by corporate hardware. We have reached a crossroads. This hardware possesses the capability to either eradicate our physical limitations entirely or lock us into a corporate system where we become biological extensions of a digital network. To get this device inside the head, surgeons must cut through the scalp, drill an opening into the skull, and slice away the dura mater, the protective membrane, to expose the naked tissue of the brain. Human hands are too clumsy. A specialized R1 robot maps the brain and weaves 64 flexible threads into safe zones, avoiding delicate blood vessels. Once inserted, those threads sit beside your neurons. Every time you think, these cells fire tiny electric signals. The thread's electrodes catch those electrical sparks. The sparks travel up the threads into the N1 chip. This chip reads the biological pulse, converts it into binary code, zeros and ones, and beams that data to a computer via Bluetooth. The N1 chip functions as a real-time bridge between two incompatible worlds, translating abstract biological signals into actionable, readable computer data. Other companies are building similar technology, but their methods have significant drawbacks. BlackRock's device uses rigid, nail-like electrodes that risk scarring the brain tissue over time. Synchron takes a different route, pushing a stent through blood vessels, but because it sits inside a vein, it struggles to capture a highly precise signal. Neuralink addresses these issues by placing ultra-flexible threads directly into the motor cortex, the specific region controlling movement. This minimizes tissue damage while maximizing the accuracy of the data captured. This clear signal allows for a spinal cord bypass. By placing one implant in the brain and another below a spinal injury, the system acts as a wireless bridge. The brain's command to walk skips over the injury and reaches the limbs again. They are applying the same logic to vision with a project called Blind Sight. If a person's eyes no longer work, an external camera captures the environment and feeds that data straight into the visual cortex at the back of the brain, completely bypassing the optic nerves. By creating digital detours around broken organic hardware, this technology effectively rewires the body's internal communication network. But that biological rewiring carries a heavy physical cost. To hit aggressive development timelines, the company ran extensive animal trials. Reports show that over 1,500 test animals died during these experiments, suffering from infections, brain swelling, and critically misplaced implants. As an electronic device, the implant inherits the security flaws of any computer, including susceptibility to viruses. The United Nations has even issued a formal warning regarding brain-computer interfaces. They explicitly outlined the risk that hackers could infiltrate our minds to read, steal, or even alter our deepest thoughts and feelings. By connecting our cognitive functions to the internet, we strip away the final layer of human privacy, opening our deepest sanctuary to global cyber threats. Beyond hackers, we have to consider the company manufacturing the chips. We already know tech giants have been caught slowing down older smartphones to force users to buy newer models. Now imagine a corporation applying that exact same strategy to the hardware managing your motor functions. Consider what happens if a subscription lapses. We could be looking at a reality where unskippable advertisements are beamed directly into your consciousness, hijacking your field of vision until the ad finishes. Elon Musk has been open about his ultimate endgame. Curing paralysis is the initial application, but the goal is to merge humans with artificial intelligence. His philosophy is blunt. If you can't beat advanced AI, you must join with it. This creates an evolutionary trap. If a segment of society upgrades their brains to process information at the speed of a supercomputer, staying natural will no longer be a viable choice. To To simply compete in the job market, an implant could become a requirement for survival. The price of this forced evolution might be our own free will. We have to decide if the convenience of digital telepathy is worth handing over the admin controls of our brain to a corporation just to stay relevant.